I'll take a quick video.
Chattanooga under full power in the early 60s and has been in operation both here at the museum and on mainline excursions on and off ever since. This locomotive is classified as a 282 Mikado, meaning it has two small pilot wheels in the front, the 8 large driving wheels in the middle, and a set of 2 trailing wheels under the cab and firebox. This was the very first 282 ever purchased by the Southern Railway of hundreds they would eventually purchase. Now, ironically enough, it is the only Southern Railway 282 that survives today. Now, the term Mikado comes from the fact that the very first locomotive ever built that had this wheel arrangement was actually sold to a state railroad in Japan. So they named it after the Japanese term for emperor, the Mikado. Now, this was actually the first piece of equipment acquired by the museum here, and it is still to this day the most famous piece of equipment we have in our collection. This locomotive operates at 205 psi and it actually has 63-inch diameter driving wheels and produces 53,900 pounds of tractive effort. As you can see, while the wheelbase of this locomotive does fit on the turntable, the locomotive itself is longer than the turntable, extending off both ends by just a few feet. So if you're at that yellow line, I do need you to take an extra step or two back so the front coupler does not come and give you a slap on the way around. Now, if you have a look up in the cab there, you'll see our engineer, Andrew. He is responsible for operating this locomotive and getting us here and back safely today. So everyone give him a wave. Now, the way this locomotive operates is up in the cab, our fireman Joseph is feeding 3 to 6 tons of coal a day into the firebox where it is burning. On the front side of the firebox, there are a series of flues, tubes that run the length of the boiler. Those are called the flues. The hot gases from the fire travel through the flues and then up and out the stack. Now, surrounding the flues and the firebox is water. That water is heated by those hot gases and converts to steam. Steam, of course, does expand, raising the boiler pressure up to 205 psi. Now, when Andrew opens that throttle, that steam is channeled down into these large cylinders you see on the side of the engine here. Inside these cylinders is a large piston the steam pushes on either side of. Those pistons are connected to the rod you see on the side of the engine, and those rods are connected to the driving wheels. So as the piston is being moved in and out, it is rotating those rods, therefore turning the driving wheels and propelling the locomotive. After that steam has been used, it mixes with the hot gases in the smoke box here at the front of the locomotive and then shoots up and out the stack. And that exhausting steam is actually what creates the chugging sound you hear when you see a steam locomotive. Now, to line this table up to the correct track today, we still have to use the original method, and that would be the antique method of eyesight.